her breathing, everything like that. Puts us in the car. She does not strap our seatbelts. So, anyway, you know, me and my brother was a little bit too hurt to actually bring up that she didn't strap us in our seatbelts. So she ended up driving down the highway at a very fast speed, and she hit a local, which ejected me and my brother out of the front glass. And me and my brother, well, I was found pretty quickly. My brother, it took them about 3 to 5 minutes to find my brother in this situation. To which then she puts us back into the car, didn't strap us in again, and ended up escorting us to the hospital safely this time. To which she left us at the hospital and was not there once we left the hospital. She did not offer us a ride. She did not check to make sure we was okay coming out of the hospital, nor any type of assistance after that. And that's my case.
Alright, sir, you can go be seated. Defendant, you can go ahead and present your opening statement.
Alright. Everyone hear me alright?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I was on a bit of some time off whenever I heard over the radio that there were multiple civilians down. Sergeant was on the radio requesting backup, and unfortunately no other officers were on duty at the time, so I proceeded to inform her that I would check the first location up near Polito, as she checked the location in Chumash. Those were where the reports were coming from. The area was clear. Near Polito, as she checked the location in Chumash. Those were where the reports were coming from. The area was clear. Did what we could. So I assisted in the transport. The near Polito, as she checked the location in Chumash. Those were where the reports were coming from. A local in a 4-door gray Sultan appeared to disregard the transport, swerve out of their lane of travel into the right-hand side of the road. Craven attempted to move the patrol vehicle out of harm's way to prevent further injury to the victims. However, the local appeared to be aiming for Craven's patrol vehicle and crashed into it head-on. The two victims fell out of the vehicle, and Craven very quickly blocked off traffic and proceeded to acquire both victims, making sure they were stable for transport and continue the transport. As we proceeded to assist in the transport, solely I was just an assisting officer. Both individuals were brought to Pillbox Medical Center and did not appear to have any further medical issues upon arrival. 20 minutes later, they did show up to MRPD and they did file their claim. And that is the end of my statement.
You may be seated.
Thank you.
Okay, now it is time for cross-examination. Plaintiff, you may call your first witness up to the stand, please.
Alright, Chief, if you don't mind coming up here and sitting down for me.
It's going to be on the right side, Chief.
Right?
Yes.
Oh.
Bailiff, if you may swear him in.
Go ahead and raise those hands, sir. Promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you mad.
Yes.
Sir, step
Okay.
back. You're not allowed to
Plaintiff,
approach the bench
you
unless
may
unless I
proceed
ask.
with questioning.
Alright.
Thank you.
So, Chief, as you were saying, this vehicle did not go over 80 miles per hour. Were you telling the complete truth on that, sir?
Yes, sir.
100% truth?
To my knowledge, I was in a different vehicle. My vehicle did not go over 80 miles an hour.
Okay. And you also said y'all were sounding the horn through every stoplight, right?
I know I was, yes.
Okay, you were. Okay. But was she sounding the horn through every stoplight?
Unfortunately, I don't have the proper ears to hear other vehicles while inside of my vehicle, sir.
Okay, okay. So in this situation, I'm about 100% sure she was hitting over 100 miles per hour. And I'm pretty sure she did not sound the horn. In which the local was also in the same lane as her, if I can remember correctly. Now, be it, I did get a concussion from this, so my memory may be a little hazy, and it would also help if my brother was here. But in this situation, did she? How long did it take her to find my brother? Do you recall?
I feel like that's a lady.
No. I general question because I brought up my statement of how long it took her to find my brother. Do you recall how long it took her to find my brother?
A negative, I do not recall
Okay.
how long it took.
It took around 3
However,
to 5 minutes.
What I can say is that it is protocol to search until you find the civilian. So sometimes it is difficult to find people. They might be in a bush or something like that. It doesn't.
100%.
Not every car crash or incident's going to be stone cold perfect. I know that there have been a lot of tragic incidents in America that they've searched for days looking for people, and you just keep looking until you
Okay.
find who you're looking for.
100%. So now back to the speeding.
The civilian. So sometimes it is difficult to find people. They might be in a bush or something like that. It doesn't.
100%.
Not every car crash or incident's going to be stone cold perfect. I know that there have been a lot of tragic incidents in America that they've searched for days looking for people, and you just keep looking until you
Okay.
find who you're looking for.
100%. So now back to the speeding.
The civilian. So sometimes it is difficult to find people. They might be in a bush or something like that. It doesn't.
100%.
Not every car crash or incident's going to be stone cold perfect. I know that there have been a lot of tragic incidents in America that they've searched for days looking for people, and you just keep looking until you find who you're looking for.
100%. So now back to the speeding.
The civilian. So sometimes it is difficult to find people. They might be in a bush or something like that. It doesn't.
100%.
Not every car crash or incident's going to be stone cold perfect. I know that there have been a lot of tragic incidents in America that they've searched for days until you find who you're looking for.
100%. So now
Faster than normal, and instead of code 2. Typically during transport we do a code 2 response, which is just lights, sirens, blipping through intersections. Or not lights and sirens, just blipping through intersections and you go normal speed. However, she mentioned how your friend was critical, so since he was critical it was an emergency situation, which required an upstanding response to Pillbox Medical, and that's why right after I made that statement, right after she told me that, that's why I proceeded to get in the car and help in transport.
well, sir, didn't you know about our condition?
No, I only knew about whomsoever's condition, which I believe was yours, that I assisted as soon as I arrived on scene. I did not ask her about your condition because I believe that she had it under control. Your condition was not radioed over the radio, as I was told to quickly transport you to Pillbox Medical.
But you didn't transport me. She did. So also, you said my condition. You said my brother's condition was bad, but I was in a lot worse condition than my brother. You know, I was coughing up blood in the back seat, everything like that. I was in pretty bad condition. My brother was puking a little bit, but that's it.
Well, she stated that one of you guys was in pretty bad condition. I thought it
Yes.
was your brother, so.
But that was after the second accident. After the first accident, we were coughing a little bit. That's pretty much it. No one was in dire condition. Neither of us was giving her any sign. You know, I simply knew I had, well, yeah, I knew I had a minor concussion. She didn't really, you know, try to talk to us much before.
So you excuse this witness, sir?
Yes, sir. He's excused.
Chief, you may step down from the stand and take your seat.
Your
Thank
Honor,
you, Your Honor.
doesn't plaintiff, doesn't defense counsel get some cross?
Yeah, defense will be able to. Defense, go ahead and call up your witness.
I would like to call the plaintiff to the stand, please.
All right.
Sir, do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you does this?
Yes, sir. Of course.
Okay, you may begin questioning.
All right. Sorry, Your Honor.
Never mind. Continue.
Yes, sir. So, you stated earlier that you and your brother had been in an accident.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Okay. What caused the accident?
What caused the accident was simply, for one, I was driving down the road. I was the first one to get into the accident. I will state this. I got into the accident up at Polito, which was your first call, sir. And what happened in that accident? A local swerved into my lane, and I got ejected out of my glass. My seatbelt broke, and that was that. My brother, leaving the same recycling center I was leaving, then proceeded to pick me up, and he was in a rush to get me to the hospital. He was going about, I'd probably say around 85 to 90 miles per hour, and lost control of the vehicle.
All right. So, you say that you got into an accident and you were
Yes, sir.
going 85 miles an hour, correct?
That was my brother whenever he was bringing me to the hospital with his hazard lights on. Yes, sir.
Okay. And then a vehicle crashed into you. A local vehicle swerved into your lane.
That was my vehicle, sir. If you don't mind, do you want me to repeat my story for you, officer?
No, you're fine. So, you're going over 85 miles an hour. Do you,
My brother was escorting me to the hospital with his hazard lights on. Yes, sir.
Okay, so does he know the limit on that road right there?
Yes, sir. But do you understand, with someone in dire condition, you know, you have to bring them to the hospital, right?
Sir,
If
Of
you just got in the hospital-
course!
I'm gonna ask you to refrain from
Absolutely.
asking questions while on the stand. You are being questioned. You're
Yes,
not
sir,
the
of
one
course.
getting questioned.
So, whenever somebody is in critical condition, it is of topmost priority to transport very quickly. Is that what you're saying, sir?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
So, sometimes you gotta bend the rules, like the speed limit, in
Yeah,
order
of
to help
course.
people, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you activated your siren, or your, I'm sorry, your hazards, correct?
Yes, sir. Of course.
So, in the same case where, never mind, that's not a question. My next question goes as follows. Whenever you got into the second accident, were you conscious?
Me? Yes, sir.
You were conscious. Were you able to give verbal at all? Were you
Not
speaking?
really. I was in a little bit of pain. Kind of to the point where I was mumbling. He couldn't really understand me.
Absolutely. And do you remember you the one that took them a while to find again? Was it you or your brother?
It was my brother.
Your brother. And do you remember seeing him, like perhaps where he was, where it took them a while to find him?
No, sir. After that second accident, I kind of blacked out.
You did black out. Interesting. Okay. All right. I am done with my questioning, sir.
Okay, do you dismiss this witness?
I do indeed dismiss this witness.
Witness or plaintiff, you may step down from the stand and take your seat.
Would I be allowed to call a second witness to the stand, please?
2 seconds here, sir.
Yes, sir.
let him sit down. Okay, may call your secondary witness. Wish.
Okay. I would like to call Sergeant Craven to the stand.
Bailiff, you can swear in, please.
Sergeant, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth will help you Maeve?
I do.
Alright, you may proceed with questioning, sir.
Oh, wait, I'm not gonna fuck around with Maeve, I'm afraid.
Sergeant, I have a just a question for you. So during transport, which one were you doing? Code 1, Code 2, or Code 3?
I was doing code 3.
And why were you doing Code 3?
Because one of the individuals upon entry was coughing up blood and was in serious pain.
Right. Did you perform medical care to both of the victims upon arrival on the first scene?
Yes, sir. I got my medical bag and I radioed in for backup. I started on the first person, but then you came along onto the scene and helped to fix the victim.
I see. And where was the second victim on the second scene? The one that took you a while to find? Where was he at?
He was in the bushes. It was really dark, so it was really hard to see. The only reason why I found him was because I seen something sticking out of a bush.
Okay. So you would agree that it's difficult to see inside of a bush, yes?
Yes, I would have used my flashlight, but my flashlight was broken and I was unable to.
Right. And didn't you report that broken, faulty equipment to your chief prior to that?
I did write out a report and I did put it in the armory, but no one was able to get my report until later that night.
Okay. On the second scene, did you perform medical care to the victims?
Yes, I retouched up. I made sure there was no open cuts, wounds, or bruises. I made sure they were still stable, and I retransported back to pillbox under code 3 because by then they were under serious condition, both of them.
Right. Whenever you arrived at Pillbox Medical and dropped them off, why did you leave in such a hurry?
I got a call for a store robbery, in which that you, Chief, were the only one able to make it to the scene, and I tried to go in for backup because you were technically off duty, and they were trying to yell at me and talk to me, and I told them to contact you or go to PD to meet you after the. I even told them, and I did inform them that I did have a call and I needed to get out of here immediately, and I did apologize.
So you're stating that you did make some sort of verbal contact with victims after they left Pillbox Medical.
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. What the witness may proceed.
No, Your Honor, I'm sorry. The plaintiff has a right to cross.
Question. Yep.
Plaintiff.
I can't hear you.
I hear you.
Oh no.
Oh,
All right. As
There
I
we
was
go.
saying,
There it is.
so as you stated just now, you said that you spoke to both victims in the hospital.
I spoke to your brother, and I did not say I spoke to both victims. I spoke to your brother as I dropped you off at front of Nancy.
Okay.
I spoke to your brother, and I told him I had an emergency. I had to leave. I gave him the information to go and talk to Chief at PD while I left.
Okay. In this situation, you only talked to one victim coming out of the room, which clearly, as I stated before, my brother wasn't in near the condition that I was. Speaking, I was the one coughing up blood in your back seat, ma'am. You know, it just doesn't sit too right with me that a law enforcement officer, someone who is here to serve and protect, didn't check up on somebody who was in severe condition that whenever she got dropped off. In that matter, that's really all I had to ask here, Judge. That's the one question I had. You know, I've spoke on everything else, sir. Sir,
Yes?
that's it for me.
Okay. You may take your seat, and witness, you may also take your seat. Alright, this court will go into a short 10-minute recess for the time being. And my decision will be made upon lunch.
All rise.
Okay. Closing statements will be after this short recess, and then I'll make my decision.
You heard it here, Weazel News. We are currently in recess at the. You heard it here, Weazel News. We are currently in recess at the court hearing of Sanders and Green versus the LSPD. As the judge stated, when he returns, closing statements will be made and his decision will be reached.
I don't feel good. I gotta get out of here.
Hey, Mr. Weasel News guy.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, cadet. You've been recording this whole time, correct?
Yes, sir, I have.
Could I talk to you in the other room for just a moment?
Yes, you can.
Just-
If he might need assistance finding his place, he has long drugs.
Oh, I guess they're busy up there. Here, we'll go over to you. Okay. So, I think we have a bit of a situation here. I could have sworn that, are you recording right now, by the way?
Oh no, I'm not recording right. I'm not
Currently.
recording right now.
Sir?
No, sir, I'm not. No, sir, I'm not recording. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta get one of them to respond to that call. Hey, could one of you guys respond to that call up there, please?
It's probably my brother.
Yes, sir.
Alright, are you writing this down as we go, or are you just recording it?
I'm recording it. If you look in Discordia, there's actually a link to the Weazel News stream because it's live coverage.
So, I don't know if we can look back on it. I think he stated that after he left Pillbox Medical, that there were no officers on scene.
Well, we can't check it in the middle of the live recording, but if I cut the recording, then it'll publish, and then you should be able to check it.
Could you check it for me? Because I'm not
Yes.
technologically advanced.